Welcome to the Real News Extra. My name is Fred. I'm the operations manager here at RELAW APC. And joining me today is Jennifer Felten, the principal and founder of RELAW APC. So Jennifer, our case of the month involves a will.
Yes.
Please tell us what happened.
This is a hard one. So look, you should have a plan, right? You should write down what you want
Right.
before you die, not after you die.
It's easier.
You should have a plan. And in this case, Mom had written a will like 20 years ago. I mean, it's an old will. And 10 years ago, her son and her had a conversation and she decided to revoke the will.
Okay.
And so in writing, she wrote, "I'm revoking my will." Mom now dies.
Okay.
And sister, who under the will gets everything,
Right.
puts the will into probate court, and the son takes his revocation and says, no,
I get everything.
I get half.
Okay,
Because
half.
what Mom wrote wasn't a new will.
Right.
What Mom wrote was, "I'm revoking my old will."
Okay.
Okay, so she didn't create a new will. That's part of this whole case. So the court said, she didn't physically destroy the old will. So she needed to have redlined it or torn it up or burned it, like physically destroyed it.
Okay.
Which seems ridiculous, but that's what the court said.
Okay.
And the second thing is you can't revoke a will in writing unless the new writing creates a new will, right?
Okay.
So what Mom wrote was just a revocation, not a new will, right? She didn't change to something different,
Right.
so it didn't count, right? And so the original will, which is clearly not what Mom wanted, it sounds like, was upheld.
Okay.
And so in this case, despite Mom's attempts to change it, the court said once you have a will, there's very specific statutory things you have to do to get rid of it.
Right.
And this really goes to get help,
Right.
right? Get guidance and have an attorney help you. I know it costs money to hire, I make a living off of people
doing
paying an
this.
attorney.
Yes.
I understand it costs money, but without it and without proper guidance, you're gonna make mistakes, not even intentionally. And what you want's not
Yeah,
gonna happen.
you don't know all the rules.
No. So this is just what Mom wanted didn't happen, and it's very unfortunate.
Right.
But for us, we need to be paying attention. We need to know what the rules are, and you got to follow them, or you're not going to get the result you want.
So when can a separate document actually revoke an existing will?
Right.
And just why did it go so wrong in this particular case?
So you have to write a new writing that replaces it.
Okay.
Right. So you still have to make a decision. Now, your decision can be, I want it to go via intestate succession, which is a non-decision, but it has to have a future plan. It can't just throw out the old one. And this weird statutory physical destruction of the old will is something that needs to be considered.
Right.
In this case, also the change. So there's this thing called a holographic will. A holographic will is handwritten, not notarized.
Okay.
A will, like an attorney prepares, is witnessed or notarized, right? Like two witnesses, California law. So we often notarize it and do two witnesses, right? What Mom wrote the second time didn't have those formalities. So not only did it not make a future bequest, but it didn't meet the formal requirements. So again, there have been wills that are thrown out just because they were written on letterhead that had writing on it, because the law is very clear. There can be no other writing but the handwriting of the deceased person on the piece of paper. So again, there's these little nuances that the average person's not good. The average attorney's not going to know. Honestly,
Right.
You're not going to know what you don't know. Getting someone who's going to be responsible to do it right is really what you got to do.
So what are some of the steps that a person should take if they want to either revoke or revise an existing will?
So you definitely need to physically destroy the will. Then there's nothing to give to the court as well, right? And if you're if you're trying to make a change, you should look. The goal is for you to get what you want to happen, not the court to decide.
Right.
So any sort of change should have what you do want to happen, not just say what I don't want, but what do I want.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you. And thank you for joining us for the Real News Extra. If you're enjoying this content, I invite you to click on like or subscribe. And of course, ring that little bell for future notifications. My name is Fred. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.